Hi there, this is Heather of Shutterbug 101. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today I will be taking pictures with the iPhone 11 Pro, and my friend's going to be using the Panasonic S1 mirrorless full frame camera, and we're going to be doing challenges that were chosen by my coworkers. Let's get started. So for this video, I was inspired by another channel. You may have heard of them, Linus Tech Tips. They actually had done a video similar to this, where it was pro versus amateur, where they used the Fujifilm medium format camera versus a Google Pixel. Today, we're going to be doing something similar, not completely the same. I don't have the ability to have a team on my hands, but I do have a friend to join me. So we're going to be doing something like that, but a little bit different. Another thing that inspired me to do this video was I work at a camera store, and I get a lot of people, believe it or not, that come in just to argue with me about how their iPhone can do everything that one of these cameras I'm selling can do. So today we're gonna find out. I asked my coworkers, who have also been doing photography for quite a long time, you know, all of their experience varies, but they have a passion for it, which is what's important. So to have their eye look at the pictures and determine what they think is the best is going to be an interesting opinion to hear from them. So today we were presented with 5 challenges.
I want to see an action shot, but with Roxy specifically.
Telephoto test. See the comparison at the same equivalent focal length of the same scene.
I want to see each camera's ability to get close and capture detail.
Portrait work. Let's see how the portrait mode on an iPhone compares to a great portrait taking camera.
Test the long exposure of the Panasonic versus the iPhone.
So we're going to go ahead and head off to our destination that we picked with Roxy, of course, since she has been specifically chosen as part of our challenges. And we'll see how these pictures turn out. So we are at our location where we're going to be doing our 5 challenges. So first off, the rules. First off, you're shooting with the Panasonic S1. You have never touched that camera once, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and so you don't really know anything about it, correct?
Correct.
Perfect. You can't use auto mode. So I would recommend using the P or program mode if you don't want to try out any of the other ones. But you can't be on auto, you can't do scene, none of that. I've set it to the basic settings, similar to what the iPhone is defaulted to. So it'll be as close to each other as possible. Also, no looking at the pictures. No, oh, that didn't turn out. Let's do it again. We'll take 5 to 10 pictures, and we'll pick the best one at the end of all this. So if one doesn't turn out, that's a bummer. All right, I think that's all the rules, so let's get started. Now that we've enjoyed our trip and gone and take our sample pictures, let's go ahead and see the results.
Photo on the left, I think it's like, I don't know. I like how you can really see everything's really in focus. Then the one on the right, there's a lot more detail in her fur and the sand. So I'm gonna say the one on the right is taken on the iPhone, and the left is the camera. Whoa! Look at her foot, you can't even see her foot. It's all pixely. But yeah. And you can actually see her hair in the Panasonic one.
Well, I do see a difference in obviously the foreground. The foreground being a lot softer on the picture on the left. You know, it obviously the detail in the picture on the right, you know, is more prominent, even when it comes to the background. At first glance, I think, you know, you could definitely, you know, choose either or. I think the left is the Panasonic only because of the depth of field and the sharpness in the ocean there. I mean, it's a soft picture overall, while the right is more detailed, but yeah, because, and the reason why I did, well, see, you can't see that, right, at 100%, but the reason why I didn't choose that is because I know I have an iPhone, and I know that it provides some really good detail throughout most of the frames, so that's kind of why I, you know, leaned more towards that left picture because of the depth of field and the sharpness in a very specific area.
Okay, so the differences is obviously the angles, but the right photo has more texture in the photo, if that makes sense. It has more sharpness, I would say. It also has more vibrance, but now that I look at this photo, I don't know, it's kind of sharp too. It is a tough pickle. Yeah, they're both good. I think this one's done with a phone. I think this one's done with a camera.
And that's why.
I was looking at it. Ah, damn, I suck. I tried.
So you can visually see the noise now.
Yeah, I can see it now. I was thinking that too. I'm like, well, the more I look at that one, yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, as far as quality goes, the one on the right looks a little bit sharper. As far as the depth of field goes, there's a little bit more depth of field in this one, but it's hard to tell whether or not exactly which one is artificial because, yeah, the left photo has a little bit more. That is so weird. I don't like this. I'm willing to bet that the one on the left is the iPhone photo, simply because it doesn't seem to have a distinguishable depth of field. Pretty much everything in the background looks equivalently blurred, although the one on the right does have some weird edges to it, but it does look sharper on this particular TV. No, you're right. It is, you can tell there's a little bit of a difference, you know, once you zoom in. That's where a lot of that detail is.
I'm noticing that this one on the left side has a lot more color. It almost looks like this one over here has a little bit more noise. I think this one was taken with the camera and this one was taken with the iPhone. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow. Yeah, that's a big difference. It looks, you can see a lot more detail. It's clear on this side. A lot more noise on this side.
And there you have it. And just so you guys know, my coworkers are brutally honest. There's no way I would be able to tell them what to say. These are all of their honest opinions and their input on the pictures themselves. I do want to thank all of them for being involved in my video. You guys are troopers for putting up with me and my YouTube channel. I always appreciate it. And thank you to my twin, of course, for joining me and being my guest photographer to show off what the Panasonic S1 can do. And the whole goal of this video was to show you guys that the iPhone and smartphones today in general take excellent pictures, especially for a camera that fits right in your pocket. But when it comes down to it, for taking pictures of a moment in time that is really important to you, whether it be a wedding or a trip to Africa or something like that, you need something more than your phone, especially if you want the option to blow up in prints later. And you know, that's if you want the option to print. In the end, it's all about what you're going to be doing with your pictures, the features that you want available, if you want low light, speed, overall image quality, especially if you want to crop. Having a camera can give you all of those things. If you guys have any questions about cameras or even your iPhone camera. Leave me a comment below. I'm happy to answer any questions. As a person that sells cameras, my whole goal is whenever a client comes in, I want to find the camera for them, not just the most expensive camera. I'd like to think of myself as an honest person. All my clients come back and they're thankful that I gave my input into finding the right camera for them, because really it's all about weeding it out. So if you guys need any help finding the right camera for you, because there are a ton of options out there, also leave me a comment below. I'll help you find the right direction that you're looking for. And until next time, keep your eye out for inspiration, Shutterbugs. Bye.